So today I'm going to be doing something that has been asked for a very long time, and today I'm going to be sharing with you my keybinds, my settings, sensitivity, my aim training, my edit courses, you name it. I'm sharing it with you today in today's video. I really hope you enjoy it. If you are looking to start keyboard and mouse, I'm going to say one thing now: please don't give up. Don't get demotivated. You just gotta keep grinding. That's all I've done, and I hope this video can prove to you why you should do so. Have a good day, enjoy the video, and I'll see you there. Okay, so one of the most asked questions is what keyboard and mouse do I use? Ducky 1-2 Mini with cherry red switches and a glorious Modelo gaming mouse. Very good for the price, both of them. The headset that I use is DT990 Pros. You can only use the headset if you have an external mic. If you can get this video to 250 likes, I'll do a full gaming setup of my entire room. So I've said it, you just gotta do it. Okay, so starting off, my window mode is full screen. Apparently full screen, this allows you to get better FPS and more stable. I'm not sure how true this is, but I've been told by a lot of people. So obviously I'm looking for stable FPS. I'm gonna run it. Now my resolution is 1920 by 1080. I run 144 FPS. Now I play on a 144 Hz monitor, so it just makes sense. My brightness is 100%. My user interface contrast is 1x. I've never changed this. Now colorblind mode, I use Tritanope, and the colorblind strength is on 2. I feel like this makes a big difference to maybe like spotting llamas from a far distance. Now I can spot llamas from hundreds of meters away, so if you're looking to spot llamas, maybe try out this colorblind strength and just see how you get along with it. Something that could be very interesting to you, my graphics quality. I run 3D resolution on 100%. My view distance is on epic. My shadows, anti-aliasing, textures and effects are all on low, and my post-processing is on epic. Now I've been told to run them 4 on off or low because this basically helps keep a good stable FPS in game, and when it comes to end game, a lot of people can lose frames, so I'm looking for the good FPS, to be honest. So I'm going to run these low settings. It doesn't make that much of a difference to how your game looks, but it just helps you get a more stable game. Now my advanced graphics, VSync is off, motion blur is off, my show FPS is on. This is just so I can see how my FPS does in game. If I'm dropping frames, I can see what I was dropping to. I still run DirectX 11. Now allow multi-thread rendering is on, and my GPU crash debugging is off. So starting off my movement, my toggle sprint is off, my sprint by default is on, sprint cancels reloading off, and auto open doors on. Now my sprint by default on, this basically means that I'm gonna be running everywhere. I do not walk. This just saves me pushing one extra key to start running and stop running. It just makes sense. Like, when do you ever want to walk around Fortnite? I mean, personally I don't, so this is why I have this on. Now auto open doors, this really helped me out having it on. So when you come close to a door, it's basically going to open up for you. But when it came to build fights, what I was doing quite a lot in my wall edits is I was missing one of the corners, so I'd be putting in a door instead of editing 3 corners. So what this would do, I would end up putting a door and confirming the edit, and the door would just open up so I could run straight on through, and that would basically mean that I'd keep my momentum when in the build fight, so it didn't kind of mess me up as bad as what it usually would if I didn't have this on. So my building, I have reset building choice on, turbo building on of course, and I do play confirm edit on release. Now this is something that really helped me out when learning keyboard and mouse. I mean, personally, I didn't really get along with it having it off, so I tried it on, and it's just, you basically just don't have to click a key one extra time to confirm the build, and for me that really helped me out. I just find it makes my builds and that a lot more efficient, so I've stuck with that since I've learned keyboard and mouse, and maybe it's worth you trying that out as well. If you wish to take any notice from the rest of these, you can pause the video. They're pretty irrelevant, so that's up to you. Moving on to the game UI, my HUD scale is 75%. This basically shows the size of your minimap, your weapon slots, and your name in game. Now I don't like having this too big, I feel like it gets in the way. Everything else I have on, apart from the very bottom one, which is a runtime performance. Now this is probably something that you've been waiting for. I've been asked this so many times on my Instagram and in the comments on my YouTube. My X and Y axis is 6.3 and my targeting is 24. My scope sense is 24.9. Yes, very specific, but I've played around with these settings so much, and I've finally found the perfect settings for me and the perfect sense to help me somewhat get god aim, you could say. I play 1600 DPI. Now I will show you how to change your DPI later on in this video. Now my controller options, not really relevant to me, but maybe a lot of you do still play controller and you want to know what controller settings I did used to use before switching. So I'll just scroll down this. If you want to pause the video anytime, feel free, just copy the settings that you wish to copy. Same with this. I'm pretty sure all my sound and quality and stuff that's all on default. Now, the one that you're probably all waiting for is my keybinds. I'm going to go through my keybinds and basically explain why I think these keybinds are beneficial when learning keyboard and mouse and how they really help me out. Okay, so starting off with the basic movement, I have W, A, S, and D just for movement. My jump is spacebar. I don't have anything bound to my sprint because obviously, like earlier on in the video, I have sprint by default on. Now my auto run is equals. My crouch is either X or left shift. I had X whilst learning to click left shift and my pinky was absolutely killing me. But now I've got used to it, so we're chilling. Now my use is G or mouse wheel up. My harvesting tool is 1. Weapon slot 1 is Q, weapon slot 2 is F. With weapon slot Q, I'll have my shotgun. Then with weapon slot F, I'll have my AR. And usually in weapon slot 3, which is keybind 2, I'll have my sub. And then 3 and 4, I usually have meds. So when it comes to your building, I have 2 mouse buttons on my mouse. And I find this so much easier when learning keyboard and mouse. So if you can manage to get your hands on a mouse which has 2 buttons on, I feel like you're definitely going to benefit a lot more. Because then you can basically place a wall and place someone else at the same time, which is bound to your keyboard. So for my wall, I use mouse button 2, and for my ramp, I use mouse button 1. Floor and roof, I use C and V, and for traps, I use T, which I'm pretty sure is default. Place builds, left mouse clicker, upgrade and repair is H. My rotate the build, once again, I think this is default, which is R. Change building material is right mouse clicker. Now my build and edit is E, and I also have mouse wheel down bound to this, and this is because I use scroll wheel reset, which is basically if I scroll my mouse wheel, it'll reset my build that I'm looking at. To have scroll wheel reset working, you need to bound your mouse wheel down to your build and edit and also your reset build and edit, and you should be good to go. Now crouch while editing, left control, select build and edit, left mouse button. Now for the people that wonder, Luff, what is your controls when you play controller? I mean, you probably don't want to know, but just in case there are people out there that do, I'm going to quickly flick through these. Like I said, once again, you can pause the video anytime if you wish to copy these. This is something you also need to have sprint by default on for as well. Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to show you how to change the DPI on your mouse. I currently have a glorious Modlo gaming mouse, highly recommended. If you can afford one, then 100% get one. They're quite a budget mouse, but they're really good. So as you can see here, I have all my DPIs ticked, and I'm currently running 1600 DPI. So on the top of your mouse, you should have a button just below the scroll wheel. If you click that, and if you click that button, whilst looking underneath the mouse, there should be an LED light, which is labeled DPI, and that should change and match up with the color of DPI that you're currently on. Now, with the keybinds, settings, and all that good stuff out the way, I'm going to move on to my aim training and editing courses, which I used when learning keyboard and mouse. So hopefully these can benefit you and help you in your journey learning keyboard and mouse. Okay, so starting off is the edit course. This is level 1, it's very basic, and then the more you progress onwards, the harder the levels get. So this will be like level 2 or 3, and then you move on to like level 4, all the way up until level 7. You have timers, so you can time yourself, set yourself personal records to beat the next time around. It's very good. It just helps with the consistency of your edits, helps your edits and your edit speeds build up even faster. As you can see, it starts to get a little bit more advanced. The higher the levels, the more advanced it basically gets, and it's just something that's definitely worth doing before you go into a public game every day. Okay, so here you have probably one of the best aim training courses that I've seen on Fortnite, and I've used this ever since I started keyboard and mouse. So what you want to do, so say I want to improve my shotgun and my AR aim. So what I'll do, there's loads of different types here. First, I'm going to show you, for example, what like the Mongrel Classic would be. So I'm sure by now you're aware of the Mongrel Classic. It's basically just to help you practice your mechanics when playing the game and your aiming, of course. Okay, so if you keep practicing this and you do this, say, every day before you come on and warm up, you should be a god within no time. It's just all about practice and consistency, and this aim training course is probably one of the best. That's a Mongrel Classic one out of the way. Say you want to practice your horizontal aim. Okay, so here we are. All you got to do, click the start button, and you'll see it. A little zombie man just come flying across. Just keep doing this, and eventually your aim is going to be god in no time. It is all just about consistency, and the more practice you put in, the more it's going to pay off. Okay, so I hope those creative courses really help you out and they really help you improve in your journey learning keyboard and mouse. I will throw some more creative codes down in the description below as well. If you do have any questions, then just comment down below or contact me on my Instagram, which is Lufflur. If you do enjoy my content, feel free to subscribe. We're trying to hit 20,000 by the end of the year. I hope you've took something away from this video and you're going to go and learn and just keep grinding. Just remember, don't give up, keep grinding, anything's possible. Have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one.